I got into Harvard only because of affirmative action. I went to a school no one had ever heard of in Denver, Colorado, in a small suburb. I didn't go to Exeter or Andover. I didn't have college test prep. I just happened to be really nerdy and smart and have really good grades and good SAT scores. But someone came to Denver, Colorado to look for me. A Harvard recruiter flew to Denver, and I met up with her at the Village Inn restaurant and did a pre-interview to get to pull me into Harvard. I was pulled in, and the schools like Harvard and Yale that I got into affirmatively. Yes. And it was literally not saying we're going to take an unqualified person and put them in Harvard. Yes. We're going to take a very qualified person who we would never know existed and put them in Harvard. That's how I got there. That's how Ketanji got there. That's how Justice Jackson, I should say, Justice Jackson got there. It's how Clarence Thomas got there.
On June 30th, 2023, the Supreme Court ruled that colleges and universities are no longer required to uphold race-based affirmative action. The Supreme Court landmark decision on Thursday to gut affirmative action has made it unlawful for colleges to take race into consideration as a specific factor in admissions. The ruling means that admission programs like those at the two universities at the center of the case, Harvard University and the University of North Carolina, are no longer permitted. What is affirmative action? Affirmative action was a policy put in place to help provide equal opportunity to those classified as minority who would not otherwise have access due to discriminatory and racist measurements used based on skin color or socioeconomic status. CNN defined affirmative action as efforts to curb discrimination in higher education, employment, and government contracting. The myth is that affirmative action only helps Black people. The truth is that affirmative actions help minorities. Who are considered minorities? Black people, Latina people, Asian people, Arab people, and white women. Yes, you heard me correctly, white women. How have white women benefited from affirmative action? Since 1960s, not only has white women been major benefactors of affirmative action has helped to equalize the playing field for white women in the workplace and in education. Affirmative action has also helped white women move closer to closing the wealth gap between them and white men. Many would say white women have been and are the biggest benefactors of affirmative action. If you are asking yourself, how would this play out in college admissions to help encourage diversity? The majority says race can still be a part of admissions, while the minority is unconvinced. While the decision will impact admission policies that have historically benefited Black and Latina students, the ruling still allows colleges and universities to consider an applicant's discussion of how race has affected their life, as long as it is concretely tied to a quality or character or unique ability that the applicant can bring to the school. Chief Justice Roberts, in the minority opinion, noted that applicants could share in essays their heritage or cultural experiences. Other ways that they think will also create diversity will be the extracurricular activity, achievements, personal experience, standardized tests, recommendations, and academic records. So the lie is that Black people who get access based on affirmative action policies are not smart enough, did not work hard enough, and are generally not worthy. Again, lies, because the truth is Black people, when we do get access, have to work our asses off, but work the hardest, be the smartest, and be the most qualified. Black people who get access understand that we are not only working to show ourselves worthy, but we're also working against every negative stereotype there is about Black people. Anyone who is Black, who has worked in any leadership role or been the only Black person in their field or class, etc., they will tell you this is very much true. So my personal opinion on this is that I don't think the new ruling will help create diversity or will help provide equal opportunities. However, I do think that the schools will continue being the same. Even with affirmative action in many of the schools right now today, the percentages of Black and non-white minority students are very low. So the change will continue doing what is already being done, especially with the Ivy League schools. So that's all I have. Those are my thoughts. I hope you guys learned something for the video. If you guys are interested in where I got all of my information from, I'll put all of that in the description box below. I would like to know your guys' thoughts. Like, do you think that the Supreme Court ruling will, go back to, before the 1960s, where, it was very hard for Black people and other non-white minorities to, have that equal opportunity? Or do you think this is something that will equalize it and make it more equal? Do you guys think that we've moved past the race thing and that race no longer plays a part in our society today? Like, what are your thoughts? I'm interested to know what you guys' thoughts are. Just a little bit of personal information. I went to an HBCU, and I absolutely loved it. I love the culture. I love that all my professors, or I won't say all, but most, like 99.99% of my professors were Black. They all had master's degrees and up. They all come from various backgrounds, and I'm talking backgrounds as in different places from all over the country, different places from other countries, and it was a really good experience. And so, I mean, I really, that part has, been gone for me. I've already been to school and graduated and everything like that. Before, the newer generation who will have to go through that process, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think us as a community have moved past that? Personally, again, I don't think we have. And again, like I said, white women have been the biggest beneficiaries of affirmative action. So what do you guys think about that? But that's all I have. I hope you guys leave a comment in the comment section below, like the video, and once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Bye.